Hello, 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 Sid, and hello. I forgot what name I used for you. Neru, Wacho. But hello, welcome in. How are both of you doing? Welcome, welcome. Let me take a quick sip of water. Sorry we're a little bit late. I was doing stuff. Wow. I couldn't really wait. But we are here now. How is everybody doing? Let me just check something super quick. Because despite the extra time, I did not set up my stream correctly. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Yes, thank you. I was like, oh god, I forgot, but it's... Neru, good. I'm glad you're doing good. Good to see ya. Whoa. Yeah, I guess we'll just go into the game. My brain's lagging a little bit today, but it's okay. Doing alright, bit sleepy. How's you? I'm, tired. Stressed out. You know how it is. It's fine. We're gonna play video games. It's gonna cheer me up. Surely. I think this is all just the word that I'm looking for. I don't remember what happened last time. I think we're doing something with Hansen, sadly. So let me just jump right into it. You reflexively tighten your grip on your armored frame's twin flight sticks as another wave of vibrations rev. No, I started a new game again. By the way, I just realized. I pressed the wrong button. The load is what I was supposed to press. There we go, that didn't sound right. Damn, and here I'm about to make you more stressed. No! No, you can relax me instead. It's okay. Without paying you any attention, Vanessa and Hansen both step onto the remaining elevator, with Vanessa hitting a button as soon as the pair have boarded. Wowie! My water just broke! Oh god, we gotta get you to the hospital! Thank you for resubscribing for 9 months. Oh my goodness. Congratulations on the baby. What are we gonna name the baby? This is important. But thank you, I really appreciate it. My goodness. I can't believe it's been 9 months. Whoa. I guess I'll keep reading, even though I'm excited about this. You remain on the silent bridge with the captain, who you hear return to her chair. See Shelly? Oh, that's adorable. I love See Shelly. Wowie. Really, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you. Whilst you wait for an elevator to return, you go over what you might need to do in your head. It will be the chief's responsibility to get you a charged portable sub-terminal, and Hansen and Dalton will be responsible for pre-flight checks. Aside from getting a spacesuit from the hangar, you realize you don't really have anything you need to do before the mission starts. With less than half an hour to go before you'll be taking off, you don't have much time to do anything either, though. You might have the opportunity to visit a few other crew members to check in on them, you think, but it might be a push to visit everyone. I have to choose? Oh no. Eventually, the elevator the chief left in returns and the door hisses open. Oh my god, who do we go visit? Is there anybody here? We could talk to the captain. Do I want to talk to the captain? Maybe. I don't think there's anything new to look at. Let's talk to the captain. Yes, Lieutenant? Can I help you? You thought you'd known what you wanted to ask the captain, but in the moment you find the words catching your throat and you're suddenly unsure of yourself. You've got a lot of questions and not a lot of time. It doesn't help that some of these questions are more dangerous than others. I have a mission to prepare and you need to be boarding that armored frame with Ensign... soon. That's his name. If you got something to say, I suggest you do so quickly. I don't have a lot of time to complete this mission plan, so I can't talk with you for long. Every interaction in real life be like, yeah, you're right. Based on the captain's terse response, you decide you should focus on the one thing that's most important to you right now. Oh boy, that's a lot of about your condition. What do we mean condition? The alcoholism? But see, now this one's dangerous. I don't think I want to go there. Or this one, so, do I ask about Hansen or do I ask about alcoholism? These both also seem really terrible. I guess we'll ask about Hansen. Well, holy, I'm awake to see a stream. Hello, Ramen. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Yeah, why was Hansen here? Ask her about her hobbies. I wish. I mean, we could ask about the alcoholism also. Should we? Well, now I kind of want to. You know, hobbies, day drinking. You draw a deep breath and hold on to it for a moment. Hello, hello, I'm alive, kinda, yes. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're alive. Oh no, I hope you'll do better than just alive, but alive is also good. You're well aware of the risk of what you're about to ask, but you know that you couldn't ignore what you'd seen in the captain's quarters, especially as she was about to send you out on a mission. I was just looking to check with you that, trail off as you try to find the most diplomatic way to word your concerns. Yeah. I wanted to make sure that you were... You pause again. Alright, before I headed off. I don't think she liked that. May I ask why you want to inquire about whether I'm alright, Lieutenant? Your previous conviction about the wisdom of this line of questioning begins to slowly fade under the captain's firm gaze. Well, it's just after the condition you were in when I was in your quarters, I... Don't drink and drive a spaceship. Yeah, please don't. We see what it led to. I have PTSD now. Well, my sleep schedule is basically me going to bed at like 9 AM and stuff, waking up at 4 PM. Oh no, you should probably fix that. Unless there's a reason for that, but if you're just doing that for fun, I don't know about that. Oh my god. Girl. Your stomach sinks like a rock and you feel a chill move down your back as the captain's gaze strikes you. That is a terrifying look. Your words catch in your throat and you find yourself stunned by her look, unable to move or think. Lieutenant Mary's any condition I may have is thoroughly understood and managed by the ship's doctor, whose responsibility it is to ensure I am fit for duty. Is gaming a good reason? I guess it could be. Probably not, though. Oh no, I get it, though. As such, it is not the head of security's task to make sure I'm alright. Okay, you can stop making that face now. I'm a little bit scared. Is that understood? With no other option available to you but to agree, you silently nod your head before releasing a strangled, "Yes, ma'am." Whoa. With New Zealand friend who's like 15 hours ahead of me or some shit? Oh yeah, that's totally understandable. I've also done the staying up with friends in a completely different time zone playing games thing, so yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's fair. That's totally a good reason. Well, thank you for your concern, Lieutenant, but if that's all, then I have a mission plan to complete. Yes, Captain. Very good. Dismissed. I'm sorry, Captain. I just had to ask. Where are we going? I wanna go talk to the guy whose name I definitely remember. This is what happens when you don't play a game for a little bit. I would really like to go... I mean, you could go talk to Cassie, I guess, if we can find her. Seems like a good idea. But I feel like she would probably be in the sick bay. Is she in here? Oh, not who I wanted to see today. As the elevator doors open, you're immediately confronted by Vanessa standing in front of you, her arms crossed and her foot tapping impatiently. Well, it took you long enough, Lieutenant Maris. You sidestep her and make your way into the central hub. As you do, she turns to follow you, just trying to ignore her. My apologies, Lieutenant. I didn't realize I was needed so urgently. Well, I wouldn't go that far, Maris. Your frustration with Vanessa had cooled over the past few hours as you'd spent time with Dalton and had been carrying out duties that you kept well away from her. So how has everyone been since my disappearance? I don't know, I've personally just been stressed out of my mind. But I don't know, I hope everybody else is doing good. Am I lucky or unlucky that the gaming buddy I used to not play used to play with was just from Sweden and not a different time zone? Extremely lucky. My goodness, I wish that were me. All of mine have been from fucking United States. So the time zone difference is a little bit much. Hold on, I also need some water. I'm a little bit congested. There we go. Very, I gave too much time zones. It's like, bro, where are you from? Oh man, when are you from? Yeah, it sucks that you always find the people you want to spend the most time in completely different time zones, so you just have a very limited window to actually talk to them. But back in her presence, you remembered how tense things had got between you on the bridge and over the radio. Lieutenant Lord, I've got a mission to be preparing for. Is there anything I can help you with right now, or can I get going? It's nothing much, Lieutenant. I just wanted to say that you did a good job on getting the gun dog operational again. Actual praise? Who is this? What did you do with the real Vanessa? Something about Vanessa's manner makes you instantly uneasy. Considering how she'd behaved recently, praise was the last thing you'd expected. Unless you absolutely destroy your sleep schedule. I mean, true. I wish I could do that, but sadly not able to. Thanks, is that right? I don't think we should pick more of a fight with her. I think we've already fought with her plenty, so thanks, I guess. See no more? Oh god, I hope not. That's scary. Yeah, thanks. I did what I had to do. And for that, you've received a much-deserved commendation on your record. You roll your eyes and begin to walk away again, unwilling to deal with whatever mind games Vanessa was attempting to play. Suplex her. Can I get the gun? Can the item block please start blinking so I can grab my gun? Wait a moment, Lieutenant Maris. All I wanted to do was congratulate you. You deserve it as a member of the crew who's gone above and beyond. What's this about, Lieutenant? You ask, your patient thinning rapidly. Ah, yeah, the trusty gun. Yeah, it fixes everything. Straight to the task at hand. That's what I like about you, Lieutenant. Now a proficient, able crew member like yourself, you know what it means to do your duty, but you've seen how the captain or her second carry out their affairs on the ship. Yeah, I sure have. What are you getting at? All I want to know is, Lieutenant, is whether you think that crew members like yourself, Chief Engineer Cathay, Cadet Grange, and the rest deserve a competent commander. Maybe. I love that it's maybe instead of yes. Or you could just leave. There are affairs all over the ship. Oh my god. Are the captain and Cassie? Oh my god. Yuri? Whoa. I mean, yeah, I feel like we should have a captain that isn't day drinking every day. Yeah, honestly. Wow, let me get on that ship. Oh my god, we need to all get on the ship. Whilst you'd like to be able to disagree with Vanessa on principle and tell her that the leadership structure in place was doing its job well, you know that'd be a lie. Although, whilst the captain's indisposition seemed entirely self-inflicted, you knew that Cassie's affliction was beyond her control. There's no way that anyone could have known what would happen to come in recording on the bridge. Yes, you're avoiding sharing your thoughts about the captain. We both know I'm thinking bigger, Lieutenant. Lieutenant Lord, I really don't have time for this. Based on your recent conduct, Lieutenant, you seem pretty reliable, so I want to let you know ahead of time. I'll be keeping a close eye on this mission to see who's capable and who isn't. Oh, I think we're getting fired. It's important to know who you can trust to do what needs to be done, after all. Anyway, nice to talk with you, Lieutenant. Good luck on the upcoming mission. Oh boy. With that, Vanessa turns on her heel and heads off down the foreside thoroughfare, leaving you alone in the central hub. Oh, Lieutenant. Do your best. I'll be watching. Scary. Okay. I will be going to see Dalton now, if you don't mind. Map. I'm gonna assume he's probably in the hangar. Although I was going to see Cassie. I immediately got distracted by Dalton, my son. No, maybe we should go see if Cassie's in here. Cassie, you in here? You punched a goat into the terminal outside Cassie's quarters and smiled. You definitely never forget your anniversary again after what you experienced today. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure I will remember that perfectly next time. As the door slides open, you call out before stepping in. Hey Cassie, it's me. Once inside, you look around and see that Cassie's nowhere to be found. I guess she's still in the sick bay. You idle for a moment, considering picking up a few of Cassie's things and doing some tidying for her before looking at your watch. Seeing the time, you realize that it's not long until you're due to launch. You should really get going. Anniversary? What's that? Well, hopefully you will also reach that eventually. Yeah. Final boss is going to require timed input now. Oh my god, I should like make a post-it note with the anniversary on it. I don't have post-it notes. Fuck. It's okay, I'll remember it this time. Oh boy, guess she's not in here. Well, we could go to the hangar. I might go to the hangar. Me? Reach that? Well, yeah, your girlfriend. Yeah. Cough. What are you coughing for? As the ship's gravity disappears, you slowly float down to the final the final step. I cannot read. My brain is lagging really hard today. As the ship's gravity disappears, you slowly float down the final few steps leading into the hangar. Oh, nothing. Oh, okay, I won't worry about it then. Once your almost weightless feet connect with the steel flooring of the catwalk, you kick off it and towards the guardrail, grabbing it before you float past. What? Before you float past and bring yourself to a stop. And if you oh my god. Oh my god. I need to like take a deep breath. Ahead of you are the typical sights of the hangar, but for the first time since you boarded the Gundog, its expanse is filled with noise and motion rather than the usual near silence and stillness. Yo, same. I am half asleep. See, my issue is that I am not half asleep. I feel like I did not sleep a single hour last night. I feel like I was just rolling around in bed for like 7 hours straight. Just not sleeping. I don't know what happened. Oh man. You see Dalton floating from one segment of the first armored frame to another, clearly in the process of carrying out its pre-flight checks. As he arrives at each new part, he opens an access panel, checks the hidden machinery and mechanisms underneath, and then slams the panel closed, occasionally stopping to take one tool or another from his belt to apply adjustments to the frame's inner workings. To take it or leave it. Oh god. I mean, I would rather take the 2 hours, I guess. Fighting your inner demons. Yeah, probably. Okay, I think I did fall asleep for like a very short period because I do remember having like a weird dream where I threw up. So that was really, really pleasant. You know, not much rest was had. Alongside the erratic slamming of panels and whirring of electronic tools coming from Dalton, you also hear the back and forth of bickering between Hansen and Vanessa. Get them the hell out of here. I'm only here for Dalton. You watch as Hansen, donning his flight suit, snaps at the lieutenant and then kicks off into the empty space of the hangar, swiftly followed by Vanessa, who does not let up on whatever it is she is trying to discuss. Glancing at your watch, you see that it's almost the scheduled time to depart and start the mission. No use putting it off any longer, I guess. No, I want to talk to Dalton. It's always the weird dreams. Yeah, it sucks. Oh, man. Doing your best to not draw the attention of the squabbling Hansen and Vanessa, you wait until Dalton turns your way and then wave at him, gesturing for him to come over to you once you've caught his attention. Well, welcome in, Kiro. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing today? Hey, Dalton. How are the preparations going? Oh, Lieutenant, preparations are at ease, Cadet. Yes, Lieutenant. Sorry, Lieutenant. Don't worry about it. Everything alright, though? Oh, yeah, everything's fine, thanks. It's just that what? This is the first time I've actually had to prepare an armored frame for a real mission. Every other time has been for a drill or a test or something. Oh, that's very reassuring. Thank you. I really don't want to screw it up. Oh, no. Hey, take it easy, Cadet. I'm sure you've done a good job. But what if I've done something wrong? Then you and Ensign would... Slow down a second, Dalton. What? Sorry, Lieutenant. No problem, Cadet. Just take it easy. But tell me, have you ever screwed up any of your armored frame drills before? Well, no. Or any tests? No, I guess not. So why would you think you'd do what? So why would you think you'd done something wrong this time? What? I mean... Yeah? I'm sorry, I guess I was just getting a bit nervous. It's alright, Cadet. We all get a bit nervous the first time we have to do something for real. But I've seen how hard you work and what the Chief puts you through, so I'm sure you've got it all done up to her standards. Thanks, Lieutenant. Oh, he's so cute. Although she always makes me double check the actuators. What if I forgotten the actuators? Oh god, Dalton, you gotta go check them right now. Can these color be close together like a huge choker? Probably. It's like a... What is that? It's not like normal buttons. What are those? What is this whole thing? Now that you mention it. Wowie, the missing man is back. Ah! Oh god, Dalton. Magnets? Maybe. Very interesting. I don't want to talk to anybody else here. Can I still run to the sick bay? Or am I forced to actually start the mission? I would like to see Cassie if I can. The elevator door slide open and you raise your hand to shield your eyes from the aggressive glare of the sick bay's powerful lighting. As you've come to expect, the strong scent of clinical disinfectant pervades the room. As harsh as it is, it's infinitely preferable to the powerful odor of the captain's quarters. Scanning the room, you see that everything seems in order. The doctor sits at his desk, absorbed in his data pad. All the medical supplies are carefully arranged in their cabinets, and the surgery wing continues to look immaculate. The only thing out of place is... Wowie, Cassie! She's okay! Well, just looking forward to getting paid. Oh, me too. Oh, I still have like 2 weeks until my payday though. But I hope we get paid good. There they are, Riven. Cassandra, who had been idly laying back on one of the beds playing with her hair, had seen you the moment you'd stepped into the room and swung her legs around to the side of the bed, lunging herself off it and towards you. I heard all about how you'd... Ah! Why are you yelling? Whoa, Cassie, careful! You dart forward just in time to grab her before the stumble she'd taken turns into a fall. Oh man. Yo, Stame, I still have I don't know when my guy decides to pay me. Oh god, I hope soon. Money is good to have. Those eyes are precious. Yeah, Cassie's so cute. Alright. Let's get you back to the bed. Ah, thanks, Riven. In one swift motion, you scoop Cassie up in your arms and carry her back to the bed, setting her down on the one she'd just been lying on. Princess carry. Whoa. I'm strong. Okay, I think I could have made that journey on my own, you know. Well, better safe than sorry, right? Still looking after me after everything you've done already? My hero. Wowie. Your cheeks go flush and you look away for a moment. The captain's acknowledgement of your actions had been so perfunctory that it had barely registered, but Cassie's wholehearted praise has you suddenly feeling sheepish. Wow, lucky. Hell yeah, my girlfriend. Adorable. I can carry her around. This is a perfect situation. No, it wasn't a big deal. It was just what I had to do. I'm pretty sure anyone else would have done the same thing if they were in my position. Don't sell your Don't sell yourself short, Riven. It is a big deal. Saving an entire crew from a complete system failure with no chain of command isn't exactly something that we get trained for. Plus, I didn't hear about anyone else going on a spacewalk from one end of the ship to the other to get to the equipment they needed. Yeah, you're right, actually. I'm pretty amazing. I'm also extremely humble. Don't sell yourself, Riven. Yeah, I'm trying not to. If doing all that doesn't make you a hero, I don't know what does. You smile and look back to Cassie. As self-conscious as you feel being called a hero, her assessment of events isn't wrong. Thanks, Cassie. I'm pretty sure I should still be thanking you, Riven. I didn't think Vanessa could have carried me down here like you did. Yeah, probably not. I don't think she also would have done, even if she could. So, you know. You bite your tongue at Cassie's mention of Vanessa. You had a strong feeling that Vanessa wouldn't have even tried. Yeah, exactly. Case in point. You push the thought from your mind. You don't have much time with Cassie before your mission is due to begin, and the last thing you want to be doing is thinking about Vanessa. Don't worry about it. How are you doing anyway? Oh, me? I'm doing great. Aren't I, Doc? Although he doesn't look up from his data pad, you see a flicker of recognition on the doctor's face. No, Miss Quinn, you are not doing great. Oh. Oh. Wow. You had a sudden and intense migraine followed by an unexplained extended loss of consciousness, which in turn has been followed by a persistent and ongoing headache. Oh yeah, that sounds scary. No, my girlfriend is fucking dying. I would not look to describe your condition as great. Cassie, why didn't you tell me you were still feeling bad? Oh, come on. What are you, my doctor? No, Miss Quinn, they are not your doctor. It's an expression, Doc. Silly. He's not happy about that. So I've got a bit of a headache right now. I bet it's nothing. It could be like a brain hemorrhage or something, girly. You should probably lie back down. It's probably because I pulled a double shift to cover the captain without eating anything but a bag of chips and 3 chocolate bars. Okay, yeah, I think that might also do it. So maybe it's not a brain issue. Sad, very sad. Cassie, Miss Quinn, you'd advise me you'd be sticking rigorously to the Nutri-Shake schedule I'd laid out for. Okay, everyone, jeez. I know, but here I am, hydrated and full of electrolytes on doctor's orders. I'm going to be fine. I'm sure you will be. Called out, man. Feels bad. He doesn't seem very convinced. So anyway, how are you doing, Riven? Are you able to finish your shift now that the gun dock's back up and running and you made sure everything's okay? Oh, well, actually, we've not been able to make contact with the O'Brien, so I've been ordered to head over there in an armored frame. Oh no, honey, that seems really... Oh, look at her little eyes, they're so cute. With Hansen. Oh, wow! Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Cassie, help me. I don't want to go anywhere with Hansen. Save me. How are you feeling about it? I'm not looking forward to it. If I'm being honest, I'm really not looking forward to it. You let a deep sigh as various thoughts about the mission fill your mind. I'm not sure what's going to be worse, being stuffed inside an AF with him for the flight over, or having to work with him once we get on board the O'Brien. I'll be a superior officer whilst we're over there. I don't even want to think about how he'll take that. Oh, not well. I can already tell you that. You taper off as you begin to mentally run through all the terrible outcomes as you can imagine coming from such a situation. Hey, don't worry about it. As much as Hansen is... like he is... he's still a part of the JCF and one of your crewmates. He likes to throw his weight around where he can get away with it, but I don't think he'll do it on an important mission. He absolutely is going to do. I don't trust that man one bit. I think he's a little too proud to ruin his reputation as an ace pilot by starting a fight inside of his AF. Besides, once you're on the O'Brien, you can just get to work helping the other crew and ignore him. Well, that's the other thing. Solid foreshadowing. Oh god, fuck. This is gonna be a terrible time. Oh. It looks like whatever happened to the gun dog has happened to the O'Brien. Since we have not been able to identify any activity coming from them, there's a good chance that their crew hasn't made it. Oh no. Yeah. Hey, come on. They may not have got their ship back up and running, but maybe they got their own savvy chief engineer who has figured out a solution that keeps them all safe. And on top of that, if they're really lucky, they've got their own heroic security officer who's saving the entire crew right now. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. I'm sure it'll be fine. You do your best to match Cassie's enthusiasm, but you hadn't forgotten the chill in the air of the gun dock just before you got it back online. One of the first signs that the ship wouldn't be able to sustain its crew for much longer. That had been over 3 hours ago. What? Hold on, I got a hiccup. Maybe... Nope, never mind. Hey, Riven. Whatever happens, it'll be alright. You've already done incredible things today. Way more than anyone could have ever expected. You're gonna be alright. Thanks, Cassie. Besides... What is it? You said you'd book us tickets for that new water park in the Europa cluster. You're right. We can't miss that. I have to get through this alive, I guess. Make sure when you get over there, stuff Hansen into the non-functional elevator. Yeah, that's the plan. That's how we're gonna get through this. We're gonna incapacitate him. We're gonna put him in the elevator. Preferably leave him there before he can get back to to our ship, so we never have to see him again. That sounds like a good plan, right? I'm not going to let anything happen that'll stop us from going. Now get out there and nail its mission, Lieutenant Maris. Yes, ma'am. Oh, we're getting to the water park. Hold on, I need some water very badly. Wow. Here we go. Oh no, not the promised vacation. Yeah, that might also be a death flag. But let's be positive. Genius, thank you. Hold on, I need some lip balm. Give me a moment. I misspelled that. It's okay. I got the idea. Well, hold on. Maybe this will help me talk better. If my lips aren't so dry and chapped. There we go. There we go. Should we talk to the doctor? Absolute genius. See, now that spelling I really like. Very good. Taking notes. Let's talk to the doctor too. Lieutenant Maris, is there something I can help you with? Oh, sorry, Doctor. I didn't realize you were still here. I am not currently needed anywhere else, Lieutenant. Yeah, of course. As you're still here, I assume that you have a medical requirement. Oh, no, I was just, yeah. Just, yeah. Going. He's losing interest. Very good, Lieutenant. Right. I should have probably seen that coming. Do we think we can still sneak off to talk to the chief? Maybe. She would probably be in the engineering. As you make your way into the engineering section, you relish the various sounds coming from the new functioning machinery. The thump of moving parts, the buzz of electrical systems, the repetitive pulse of various cooling systems. Very good, Maris. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, but I just feel that's gonna be old Sid. Wowie, Sid. How do you feel about your future, I guess? With your newfound appreciation for the activity taking place all around you, wonder if this is how the chief feels. On that subject, hey chief, are you around? You call out, doing your best to shout over the noise. Chief? You wait a moment but get no response. Looking around, you can't see her anywhere. Wonder how my eye is going to get poked out. Oh no, that's a good point. Uh-oh. You maybe you start like wearing an eye patch preemptively to protect it from getting poked out, so it's not actually poked out. You're just wearing it as like a safety safety measure. Maybe. Probably itched it too hard. Oh god, yeah, that could happen, I guess. Better cut your nails if you do that. Must be in the engine room. Okay, I guess we're going to the engine room. Not the safety eye patch. It's a great idea. It's gonna be so safe. Wearing it to be cool. Yeah, exactly. That's also a perfectly valid reason. Moving from the engineering section into one of the engine rooms, the first thing that strikes you is that the huge turbine-like machinery that fills the majority of the area is now still. It got so used to their constant motion and regular thumb that after your first few security reviews, you stopped noticing it, but now that it was absent, the stillness of such a huge space made you uneasy. I feel like I'm skipping like random syllables and words, and I don't know why. The brain is just lagging really hard today. Now you're telling me all pirates are safe people. They could be. I mean, you can't see what's under the eye patch. It could be anything. Maybe there is a perfectly functioning eye under there. The only saving grace was that with the cavernous structure of the engine room no longer filled with the sound of the engines, you could hear the chief's analytical monologue echoing across the expanse. You wouldn't have to do much more than follow it to its source to find her. Let's go talk to her. Chief. So that's detectors 1 through 7 calibrated against the background gamma and signaling baseline. Now if I can... The cheese? The cheese? Where's cheese? I want cheese. Oh, Chief. Cheese, yeah. We're talking to the cheese. Hey, Chief. How's it, And no blockages in the coolant flow. No warping in exterior heat sinks either. Chief! No, it's you, Lieutenant Maris. Don't you have a mission to be getting ready for? Yeah, but I'm hoping that if I just talk to people enough, I won't have to go with Hansen, and he'll go by himself. Well, yes, but I thought I'd check in on how you were doing before I had to leave. Oh, well, everything's as fine as it can be down here. More like the cheese grater with those abs. You're so right. Wowie. The loss of power didn't do any damage as all the failsafes for a hard shutdown kicked in, so because of... I wonder how getting a drop kick would feel by her. Good question. Very good question. Sorry, I just started pondering that. my brain shut down for a moment. Not the ship chief. I wanted to check in on you. Car accident. Yeah, probably. Thank you for fixing my statement. You're welcome. I'm fine, Lieutenant. I just need to get these engines back online. I would have had them online already if Lieutenant Lord didn't have me waste all that time finding the O'Brien. Once I told her that we could find them using the infrared targeting sensors, she should have left it up to Gunner D's and let me get on with this. Get on with things. Shit, I mean, I might need to get insurance. Probably a good idea. I could have got back to figuring out what's causing the problems with our long-range communication system by now. Maybe even. That's something else I wanted to ask, Chief. What was happening between you and Lieutenant Lord on the bridge? Yeah, please, tell us about the toxic Yuri that was going on between you two. I don't think she's gonna tell me, but... I've seen what she can get like, but I didn't think she'd be that way in front of the captain. Oh no, they have a backstory, I bet. Alright, Lieutenant, you know what? I've seen what you'll do for the ship and the crew, so in my book that makes you alright. So I'm going to let you in on the secret, in case you hadn't figured it out already. The only reason any of us are on the ship is because the JCF don't know what to do with us. Not bad enough to dismiss or court-martial, but too much of a liability to crew anything important. And I know that includes me. As a union woman, I've butted heads with enough of the brass that they've used every trick in the book to get me out of the way and onto my last warning. Oh man, she's a... What's the word I'm looking for? I had a word. It disappeared. I'm gonna sip some water real quick. Here we go. She's for the people. The JCF are afraid of a strong woman. Yeah, that's right. Fucked up. So when Lieutenant Lord realized how pissed the captain would be that the engines had been reactivated, she threatened to pin this whole mess on me. That she'd report the decision to delay the engine's reactivation as mine if I didn't back up her story. Whoa. Whole thing makes me sick. Some of us actually have important work to do and don't have time to be playing games with the crew to worm their way to the top. As much as I hate going along with it, I'm stuck for the time being. Jeez, I didn't realize Vanessa could be so... Don't worry about me, Lieutenant. I'm a big girl. I can look after myself. Wow, look at that award-winning smile. It's so beautiful. I'll figure out some way to deal with her. You just worry about getting back from the O'Brien safely, you hear? Thanks, Chief. Don't mention it. Although, one thing, Lieutenant. Yes, Chief? Don't interrupt me when I'm clearly in the middle of something extremely important. Okay, I'm sorry. I just really wanted to talk to you. Okay? Take my advice and drop kick her. No. Ah, yes, Chief. Now get out of here. Yes, Chief. Wow. Hey, hello, Clofy. Welcome in. How are you doing? You just barely missed Chief. Maybe you did see her for a moment. I'm late, boo up. It's okay. You're allowed to be late. But welcome in. How are ya? I kind of want to go see if I can also talk to... What's his name? D's. What's his first name? I don't remember. The moment of cheese. Wow. Where is he again? I don't remember. I'll catch up with the VODs. Okay, well, good. Good. Do you remember where D's is? Because I don't. I'd like to talk to him if I can, though. Yeah, lo-fi hip-hop boy. Yeah, exactly. How's everyone? I'm stressed out in general. Sorry, I have to keep bringing it up. So if I'm a little bit, you know, harrowed today, it's because I'm turret. Hold on. Alive. Yeah, that sounds about right. Also, I cannot find her lock. Sick bay. Where do I go? I wish I remembered. I'm gonna go here for now. Maybe we can get somewhere else from here. Or not. Where the hell is he? I don't remember. Where is Turret? Help me. Here. Okay, I remember now. As the door to fire control slides open, you're met with the familiar sound of tinny music escaping from Dylan's oversized headphones, letting you know that the gunner is at his station in the kitchen. Can I somehow absorb the stress? My body's helped together pearly no stress, so it's a win-win. Oh man, maybe we have to find out some way to do that. I'm not sure how we can make that happen, but we'll find a way. No, Sid. It's okay. Sid is volunteering. Looking around at all the illuminated screens and flashing readouts, it appears that everything here is back up and running as normal. Although there's so much information on display, you've got no idea if that's a correct assessment. I shall send Snuggies post-haste for better stress tanking. Oh man, can you send me some Nuggies too? I could use those. I ate my last ones yesterday. Stress is my corset, if you will. Wowee. Stylish. Leaning slightly to catch a glimpse of Dylan, you can see that he's currently zoned out in appreciation of the track he's listening to. Oblivious to your presence. There we go. Wowee. Great image in my head. Yes, let's all imagine that. Knowing that he would have recently had his personal sanctuary intruded upon by both Lieutenant Lord and the Chief, it feels cruel to disturb him. But your years of being a security officer kick in and you find it hard to resist the urge to check in. Wow, I guess we'll talk to him. Hey, Dylan. Let's still listen to music. Warrant Officer D's? No. Dylan! Yes, latest report. No update on the... Oh, hey, Lieutenant. Sorry about that. I just had the Chief and Lieutenant Lord crammed in here with me shouting at each other about finding the O'Brien. Lord wouldn't even let me perform the search with my headphones on. Against regulations. Like it makes a difference to what I can see. Yeah, that's a cruel and unusual punishment. Did you know there's no oxygen in space? Yeah, I figured. I figured as much. I didn't sign up for that kind of what? Didn't sign up for that kind of stress. Me neither, buddy. Which means sound doesn't travel. Oh, yeah, true. Very true. So what you're saying is, if I don't want to listen to Hansen, I just have to go out of the armored frame. I love how his eyes get further apart when he's not doing Yankee face. He's scrunching really hard. Wind doesn't blow. No, I can't call that. No, don't take my hat, please. Did you know if you pee in zero gravity, it floats? Yes, I did know that. Thanks for the information. However, oh god, no, my hat. Please. If it gets lost in space, it's gonna float away and I'll never get it back. No! It's gone. My hat. Clofy, how could you do this? Damn. I'm gonna get cold out in space. Man, anyways, what's up? I don't know, buddy. Oh, nothing much. I just thought I'd check in on you, see how you were doing after everything. Ah, you know me, Lieutenant. As long as I get to listen to my music, it's all good. He's like that meme that's been going around lately, the low cortisol, high cortisol. Oh, thank you for the head pat. I want someone to have Dylan doing the low cortisol dance. Like, as long as Lieutenant Lord never comes in here again, I guess. If that's fair. Ugh. What about you, Lieutenant? I heard that we've got you to thank for getting the gun out back on her feet. You doing alright? I love the low cortisol dance. It's such a good meme. Yeah, I guess so. I've been too busy with running a sweep of the ship to stop and think about it, really. Well, we've needed to do a spacewalk and all. Rather you than me, Lieutenant. Closest I want to get to space is seeing it through these monitors. Yeah. Anyway. Low cortisol song got stuck in my head for weeks. Oh my god, me too. Hello, Maui, and welcome in. How are you doing today? If it's okay with you, Lieutenant, I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on the O'Brien, and I was right in the middle of a gnarly Trish and the Replicant song. Mind if I get back to it? Go ahead, buddy. Hiya. Welcome. How are ya? No problem. Take it easy, Gunner D's. Thanks, Lieutenant. Yeah, you have fun over there. Do we think we could find... what's their name? Haru? Where would they be? Doing okay, just busy these days? Yeah, I get that. I've been busy too. Well, but I'm glad you're doing good otherwise. Hope things get less busy. Riven with no hat. Yeah, my hat was stolen. It should return soon. But, you know, it's gone for the time being. Maybe the mess hall, actually? The no oxygen thingy was just a ruse. It really was. Kind of messed up. As you walk by the mess hall, you stop to take a look inside. Everything seems to be operating as normal, from the lazy spinning of the extractor fan to the food vendor cycling through illuminating its different options. At the table and facing away from you is Haru. Oh, there they are. You watch them as they idly swirl the contents of their cup of coffee before taking a sip. If they've noticed you, they aren't letting on, but from the looks of it, they seem deep in thought. You don't particularly have anything you want to ask them, but then again, you decide it might be a good to check in before you head out. I mean, I don't know if I want to talk to them after they kind of were mean to me. last time, sometime. You know, oh, thank you for the stretch. Let me do that. Ow! My arms are really sore for no reason. So maybe the stretching is good. Gasp. And thank you for the hydrate as well. I'll do that in a moment. Well, wait, hold on. I'm stretching a little bit. There we go. Ow. Let's take a sip of water too. Not gonna lie, I forgot who this is. It's the hot person, but who's also very mean. Ensign Romney. This one. Oh, Maris, what's going on? What's a hero like you doing stopping by the mess hall? Hansen told me he was taking you for a ride over to the O'Brien. You're picking up snacks for the trip? I member. I'm glad you member. I was just checking up on some of the crew before I left, making sure everyone's doing okay. Oh wow, what a professional. Where was his consideration when you left Hansen stuck in that elevator? Well, listen. Listen. It's what he deserved, okay? It is what he deserved. Oh, that's... He heard you, you know, creeping around out there. You're the only one he could have been, from what I've heard. Caught him 4K. Listen, it was entirely deserved. Biggest Hansen Glacier, that's fucked up. Yeah, what a character flaw. So don't be coming at me with this making sure everyone's doing okay crap. Well, I'm sorry. Listen, I do not know how you stand that, man. Lighten up, Lieutenant. Jeez. Alright, Ensign, if you're okay, then I'll leave you to it. Don't be like that, Lieutenant. You just need to chill out. If you need any help with that, you can stop by my quarters at any time. Hello? I'm sorry, I have a girlfriend. I need to leave right now, but I will see if I can buy a chocolate bar. I'm not that hungry right now, but I bet I know who'd appreciate this. You got a silent voice. Cassie, would you like a chocolate bar? Yes. Cassie, are you still in here? Yes, you are. Wow, I'm getting gifts for my girlfriend. Hey, what are you still doing here? Don't you have a daring rescue to pull off? Well, I just thought I'd check in one last time before I left. Make sure you're really okay. Ah, you sweetie. And I'm fine, really. Totally fine. Not fine. Thank you, doctor, for the confirmation. I am currently under supervision to assess the extent of and potential causes of any ailment that I may be suffering from. However, my condition is currently stable and does not appear to be life-threatening. Was that correct, doctor? Apparently. Although I can think of something that could speed up my recovery. Oh yeah? What? It's nothing, actually. Don't worry about it. How would you like a chocolate bar? Or you can have my gun too, if you could use that. But I think you would like the chocolate bar. Love holds it a lot, not gonna lie. He does seem pretty like an interesting, fun character. Smooches. Whoa, I wish I could give smooches from over here. Oh, you mean something like this? Wowie! That's exactly what I was thinking of. I should have given her the gun. Look at that. Since I'm so good at treatment, maybe I should consider a move to the medical corps. Now that I think about it, it might sue you. Here, do a crime. Yeah, Cassie, can you shoot Hansen for me? I'm asking as a favor, you know. You always really like that nurse uniform. Hey, Cassie, do not call me out like this. Oh god. But now that you've solved this medical emergency, you need to focus on getting ready for your mission. Get out there and nail it, Lieutenant Maris. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I guess we're going. Is there anybody else we haven't talked to other than, I guess, Hansen and Vanessa? Yeah, just a 50,000 volts prank. It's fine. Just a little trick. It's okay. Cosplay couple. Oh my god. Wowie. We're doing all kinds of roleplay. They were in the hangar, right? I think so. Shocking. Somehow that feels a bit sarcastic. I guess we'll talk to these guys too. As Hansen and Vanessa continue their argument, oblivious to your presence, you enter your grip on the guardrail. It's almost time for the mission, so you could get ready to depart, but if you got anything you wanted to do before you left, now would be the time. Was there anything I need to do before I set off? I did talk to everybody else, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And now's your chance to take 2 birds out with 1 stone. Oh my god, you're so right. Can you hold on, don't leave yet. don't, don't don't leave yet. Please let me use it. Please. Damn it. Okay. I guess we're heading out. Let's depart. Although the prospect of the upcoming mission makes your stomach drop, you take a deep breath in, hold it briefly, and exhale slowly, calming yourself. Gathering up your resolve, you kick over to the storage lockers near the hangar entrance and remove a flight suit from one, pulling it on over your normal uniform. It had taken you much longer to get the suit on earlier, but thanks to that unwelcome refresher, you now slide it on relatively effortlessly. Why can I not pronounce things today? I'm like, I know exactly how these words are pronounced. They're just not coming out right. After closing the clasps on the last of the suit's seals, you take the helmet from the locker and tuck it under your arm, turning back to face the main hangar. Hansen and Vanessa's bickering doesn't seem like it will end anytime soon, so with a wary exhalation, you float forward, vault over the guardrail, and kick off it, sending yourself towards Hansen's armored frame. Babble. Oh god, hold on. Nasty. The stress is giving me brain damage, I think. Is the only conclusion I can make. Please let us be able to shoot him. Oh god, I wish. I will keep a close eye on the items. In case it gives me the ability to shoot Hansen. Lieutenant Mary is reporting for duty. You announce loudly as you grab onto the shoulder of the armored frame. Stopping in the middle of what she was saying to Hansen, Vanessa turns to face you. She then pushes off the hangar ceiling and heads towards you, not waiting to arrive to begin her lecture. Raven is the chief with experts couldn't reverse aging. Oh my god, scientific breakthrough. I'm doing the what's that one movie or whatever. It is a movie, right? Dorian Gray. Is that it? I have not seen it. Thought that was Hansen doing the brain damage. Oh, maybe. He is also giving me brain damage, to be fair. I read that. It's about time you arrived, Lieutenant. You're due to depart in a few minutes. I'm sorry, I had to talk to everybody. I might die here. What exactly do you think you're doing turning up this close to the mission start time? I'll remind you that I'm responsible for overseeing this assignment, so I won't have your lack of timekeeping impacting the outcome. Now, Before she can get much further into her tirade, Vanessa is cut off by Hansen, who floats in between the two of you and into the open cockpit of the Juno. Vanessa, chill. Yeah, please calm down. You're gonna get brain damage from stress too. The ensign, ready for departure. He looks really sick of this. Holy dropkick, holy dropkick. Oh man, I wish I had a dropkick item. I deliberately pulled a self-destruct switch just to get her in trouble. I wonder if I could do that. Maybe the item will start flashing in a moment. He stayed lazily before disappearing into the armored frame, taking Vanessa's attention away from you and back towards him. And don't forget, Ensign, I'm counting on you. Vanessa calls into the cockpit. If Hansen answers, you don't hear it. Well then, Lieutenant. Have you got everything you need for the mission? I don't see you carrying a PSD or a guide from the Chief on removing the O'Brien's black box, didn't you? Hey, Lieutenant! The Chief's loud call comes from the hangar entrance, and you see her heading towards you with a large off-white object under her one arm and a manila folder in her hand. As she's halfway across, she launches the object at you. Although you manage to grab it with your free hand, its momentum pushes you back into the armored frame, and you hit it with more force than you'd expected. Oh my god, how hard did she throw that? My goat. Everybody's goat. We all love Chief. She's so cool. Very cool. Holy, yeah, she's very strong also. Takes you a second to recover, but once you do, you realize that the Chief just pitched a briefcase-sized portable computer at you, the PSD. Wowie, thank you for getting me out of trouble. By the time you're able to find its handle and get a grip on it, the Chief arrives at the Juno and holds onto the machine. And now imagine the Chief cheese throwing us. Oh my god. I wonder how that would feel. I had to grab the one you'd left in engineering. I've charged it up, but these devices get pretty thirsty, so it took a while. Ahem. And here's instructions for removing a black box. O'Brien's is swift like the gun dog, so there shouldn't be any difference in procedure as long as you follow this to the letter. Ahem! Ignoring Vanessa, the Chief proffers a manila folder containing a few sheets of paper. Rearranging your hold on your helmet, the PST, and your grip on the armored frame, you just about to what? You just about managed to take the folder from her. Thank you. Ah, him. You glance back to Vanessa, who hovers behind you, an increasingly deep scowl forming on her face. Before you have the opportunity to acknowledge the lieutenant, the chief lays a hand heavily on your shoulder, returning your attention to her and almost making you drop the folder. Chief had better self-control than me. I feel like she's about to say something not so great maybe right now. Oh no, she's fine. She has so much self-control. We're so proud of her. Don't forget, Lieutenant, the PSD needs access verification to open doors, so your ID won't work on the O'Brien because you've not been assigned to it. You need to use the ID of one of the O'Brien's crew to get anything working. Oh, right. Thanks for the heads up, Chief. If that's the case, would you mind hanging on to these until I get back? And hello, Chip. Welcome in. Hello. Good morning. I hope you had a good sleep. Sure thing, Lieutenant. Anyway, I've got engines to be reactivating. Although I've already queued up the startup reaction, so now all I... Chief Engineer Catface! Good morning, mwah, mwah. Hello. Right, we both got things to be getting on with. Good luck out there, Lieutenant. With a final pat on your shoulder, the Chief launches herself off the armored frame and back towards the hangar entrance. Chief Engineer Catface! You're just getting a little bit pissed off. Vanessa yells while using you to pull herself forwards, her lower lip quivering with anger as she watches the chief pass over the guardrail and towards the stairwell leading out of the hangar. Heh. Although she remains silent, you can see the rage building in Vanessa, her slight frame seeming as if it could explode at any second. Oh god, I kinda hope it does. As subtly as possibly, attempt to make your way to the Juno's cockpit without attracting her attention. You've already noticed that Dalton has disappeared from view, and you hope to achieve the same thing before the lieutenant can direct her scorn at you. Unfortunately, as you lower yourself into the Juno's cockpit, the casing of the PSC strikes the armored frame surface, resulting in a loud clang that reverberates through the empty space of the hangar. Spontaneous combustion. Yeah, it could happen. You never know. Yes, get her man, explode. God, I hope so. Good ending. Yeah. Going somewhere, Lieutenant? Yeah, we're leaving. Your mind races as you try to come up with a good way to extricate your way from this situation. The concept of getting into another fight with Vanessa right now is somehow even worse than the thought of sharing a crap cockpit with Hansen. True. Fire Force be like, oh man, I haven't seen that. Lieutenant Mary's heading out. Good luck with commanding the mission, ma'am. You announce, throwing the best salute you can manage considering how full your hands are. Get out of here, Lieutenant. Vanessa hisses, turning her back to you and launching herself off the armored frame and towards the hangar entrance. Watching her float away, you breathe a sigh of relief, thankful that you managed to avoid another conflict with her. Turning towards the cockpit entrance, you make your way inside, pulling the lever that closes the hatch behind you. Wowee. But I think this would be a good spot to have a little break, because we have been at it for an hour. So let me find my break screen. Have you seen Soul Eater? No, I've been meaning to watch it for a very long time. I just have not gotten around to it. I'm lazy. Wow. But yeah, let me go take a little break. I will be back in just a couple of minutes. See you in a moment. And we are back. I did some very intense coughing during the break, so hopefully I will sound slightly less congested. Are they yummy? The souls? I guess they could be. With the hatch closed, all you can hear is the gentle hum of the frame's subsystems. Once inside, your eyes quickly adjust to the low light, with the only sources of illuminations being the occasional backlit dial readout. COPD? What's COPD? You pause for a moment and grit your teeth. This was the first time in years that you'd been inside the cockpit of an armored frame. It might be a newer model, but it was pretty much exactly how you remembered it. Snapping back to the present, you do your best to head off the... What? Snapping back to the present, you do your best to head off the thoughts that you know you will follow your premonition by taking a look around the cockpit to see where you would be sitting. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Oh god, I hope I don't have that. I hope I'm just allergic to things. Oh boy. Once again, I would like to complain that this game needs way more commas, because I cannot read this entire sentence just straight like this. Although the majority of Juno's cockpit is taken up by the pilot's seat, which sits in the center. See, this has commas. This is good. Mounted on a series of shock absorbers, there is space on either side, which allows for the addition of a temporary passenger seat to be mounted on the pilot's. Not me thinking it was just cough spelled funny. Could be. It could have been. Who knows? Maybe she just came up with that on the spot. Sure enough, Tasnos attached this fixture onto the right-hand side of the seat currently occupied by Hansen. You stash the PSD and the file the chief gave you at the rear of the cockpit. Once they're out of your hands, you pull on your helmet, fastening your suit's final seals, and then strapping yourself into the passenger seat. She'd read my high school essays. Oh my god. What kind of stuff were you writing over there? Once you do up the buckles, you look across at Hansen, who you realize hasn't said a single thing since you entered the cockpit. You'll be too preoccupied with getting away from Vanessa to notice, but now that you're actually paying attention to the ensign, you see that his chest is rapidly rising and falling with every breath. Does he also have PTSD? Is it just two traumatized pilots in one armored frame? This seems like a terrible idea. Not commas, that's for sure. Oh god, no. I need commas. I way overuse commas. I love those things. I need them. I need structure in my sentence. Means you gotta wrap it. Oh god, no, please no. I can't rap. On top of that, his hands both grasp the flight sticks, squeeze them tightly and release them. A motion repeats over and over. Despite the fact you're looking right at him, he hasn't noticed you. Instead, his focus seems purely on the monitor in front of him. Got myself some cheese. Does anyone want some? Yes, please. What kind of cheese is it? Rap. No, I can't. I can barely talk normally without stuttering. Hey, ensign. Hansen, you good? Are you, okay? Better be Chief Cheese. Oh my, what is Chief Cheese? Do I want to know? There's a slight delay, but a second after you ask, Hansen releases his grip on the flight sticks and turns to face you. The intense expression he just had suddenly replaced by his normal countenance. Liar, pants on fire. Oh god, no. It's a French soft cheese. Oh, could be nice. I would like some. What? I was just asking if you were okay. The Saint Albray, if you want to look it up later, I will. I will try to remember. Sounds good either way. Yeah, sure. Hell yeah. Of course I'm okay. What are you talking about? We're not all cowards like you who can't even launch an AF. Listen, buddy. I was about to be sympathetic. I cannot talk. I genuinely cannot talk. Sympathetic. There we go. With you. But never mind. You take a deep breath in and exhale slowly as you look away. You weren't sure what you'd been expecting, but at least Hansen seemed like his normal self. Now what is this? G-U-G? Thankfully, any follow-up from him is cut off by Vanessa's face appearing on the comm screen and her voice on the frame speakers. Gundog 1, this is Lieutenant Lord. It's the 4:30 Jovian Standard and the mission has begun. Please confirm you're ready for launch. Oh god! That makes more sense. I wish I could use the gun. Maybe that will snap Hansen out of this. Copy that, Lieutenant Lord. This is Ensign in Gundog 1. All systems ready for launch. I'm waiting on authorization. Understood. Authority granted. Stand by whilst you're transported for takeoff. Although the Juno's monitors haven't turned on yet, you can tell that the reverberations you feel are coming from it being lowered from the hangar and out of the underside of the ship. Activating all systems. Now. All at once, that was an Undertale noise. They used that in Undertale. All at once, the monitors come to life, illuminating you and Hansen with their glow. Gandagwan, ready? Gandagwan, releasing restraints. Gandagwan, launching. Once the armored frame is free of its restraints, Hansen slams the flight sticks forward in unison, sending the Juno hurtling away from the Gundog and causing it to shake with the acceleration. As the cockpit shudders, you unconsciously grab into the straps keeping you in the passenger seat and squeeze them tightly. With the frame continuing to accelerate, you do your best to keep a neutral expression, but despite this, Hansen looks across to you and notices your grim appearance. What's the matter, Lieutenant? Feeling flight sick already? Yes, I am a little bit, actually. Undertale neurons got activated. Yeah, just immediate. I know that sound. No, I'm fine. You lie. Oh. Sure. Just sit back and watch how a real pilot handles an AF. I'm still super congested. I feel like certain sounds really feel very bad in my throat. Although you thought Hansen had launched at maximum thrust, he somehow manages to find an extra burst of acceleration, causing the cockpit to shake further, doing nothing to help the nausea you feel. If you throw up, Lieutenant, your helmet stays on. You get how I feel like now. Yes, I absolutely understand. Eventually, Hansen eases up on the acceleration and the juddering stops. I've never heard that word in my life. It's just, you know, certain sounds activate my brain. Usually it's voice actors. Sometimes sounds. Although you're still slightly nauseous, you slowly begin to feel less like the little food you've had time for today will be reappearing inside your helmet. God, I hope not. As the Juno continues to cruise forwards, you and Hansen both sit in the near silence of the cockpit. With no real indication of distance between you and the O'Brien or the speed you're traveling, it's difficult for you to keep track of time and the journey drags on. There's no way for you to be exact, but it feels like at least half an hour has passed with neither of you saying anything. Awkward. Eventually, the oppressive silence, coupled with your increasingly desperate desire for a distraction, forces you to think about something you'd never thought you'd do. Willingly start a conversation with Hansen. I want the option to not talk to him at all. We could just keep sitting here in silence. I don't mind. Leave it. Yes. As the two of you continue your flight towards the O'Brien, the quietness of the Juno's cockpit adds to the sense of tension you feel between yourself and Hansen. Despite not engaging with or even acknowledging you, you can't help but feel a sense of pressure. Hansen's simple presence continues to put you on edge. You mull over a few potential topics for conversations, but can't come up with anything that won't sound weird or forced. Really sinking that low. Who is Hansen? It's one of these guys. He's very mean to me and I don't like him, but hello Lotus, welcome in. How are you doing? You shift in your seat and adjust one of the belts slightly. With a sigh, you make yourself as comfortable as you can, settling into the silence. With no other sounds beyond the almost imperceptible background noise of the cockpit and the Juno's monitor showing nothing but stars, your mind drifts, bouncing from thought to thought. The warmth of the cockpit... I wish I could talk. He tends to get stuck in the elevator. So annoying. Yeah, that too. Yeah, the one pilot in. Listen, let's not distract him. I feel like if I piss him off, he's gonna crash. He's gonna crash the whole goddamn ship. And then we'll be dead. So, you know. The warmth of the cockpit and... the what now? Cockpit! And the gentle vibrations caused by the shuddering of the Juno's engines cause your thoughts to idle and slow. Eventually, without realizing it, you begin to drift off to sleep. Yeah. Wanna swap vocal cords? Yeah, let's do that. I would be happy to do that. You're almost completely gone when both you and Hansen sit upright and fix your attention on the main monitor. Although there's nothing to see beyond the stairs and the visual indicator, you know that this means the O'Brien is close by. Locked on. Not locked in, only locked on. We're here. Hansen mutters to himself as he begins to flick switches on the control panel to his side. You watch silently as he works the pedals and flight sticks to reduce the Juno's speed. Gundog, this is Gundog 1. We've got target lock on the objective. I repeat, this is Gundog 1, and we've got target locked on the objective. The English is deteriorating. Oh, signal lost. That's not good. Hansen calls at the communication screen as it returns nothing but static, and an indication that it hasn't picked up any incoming signal. It quickly resets the switches on the control panel before activating them again. I repeat, Gundog, this is Gundog 1. We've got target lock on the objective. Do you read? Nope, apparently. Piece of junk. His foot strikes the paneling underneath the main monitor, causing it to flicker momentarily but doing nothing to help obtain a signal. With the O'Brien now visible on the screen, you remain silent as Hansen continues to deactivate and reactivate the Juno's transmission systems. Gundog, this is Gundog 1. We've got target lock on the objective. I repeat, Gundog, this is Gundog 1. We've got target lock. God damn it, Lord, where the hell are you? Hello? Hello? This time Hansen's fist strikes the main monitor. Thankfully for both of you, the reinforced glass of its screen remains undamaged. You move as far away from Hansen as the restraints of your temporary seat will allow. You always knew he was hot-headed, but that didn't make this any easier to deal with. He's gonna hit me next. Hansen, buddy, please calm down a little bit. Hansen forgot something important. When did he forget? I'm a little scared. Although I do kind of want to let him rage. The Lord is useless. True. Very true. No, buddy, listen. You need to calm down before you break the entire goddamn armored frame. Hansen continues to attempt re-establishing contact with the Gundog. Each time he does, his efforts are met with the same familiar static. Come on, what's wrong with this piece of crap? Gundog, come in. Ah! Hey, come on, take it easy. You tell him, holding both your hands up, palms forward in a placating gesture. Don't you tell me what to do in my frame, Maris. Hansen snaps back, continuing to flip switches and occasionally strike the controls. Sneaky Ribbon pitting Hansen and Lord against each other. Oh my god, you're so right. Maybe they'll get into a big fight. Ensign, that's not going to do any good. Yeah, what do you know? You can barely contain the long, exasperated sigh you feel building inside you, but you manage not to express it, knowing it will just set Hansen off more. Instead, you tell him what you remember the chief telling you earlier. Before all this started, the chief said she was having problems with the long-range communication system. It was causing issues with our transmissions to the O'Brien as well as the targeting system. It's probably not fixed yet, might have even been made worse when the power went out. So wow, we're out here with no mission control? You pause, crossing your arms and shrugging. Like, I guess so. Yeah, of course, can't expect anything to go to plan when that ship's involved. This is Gundog 1, in case anyone out there can actually hear us, we're approaching the JFS O'Brien. We're carrying out the visual inspection of the O'Brien now. With the O'Brien not close enough for you to actually make out its finer details, Hansen decelerates the frame, bringing it to nearly a complete stop. Deftly adjusting the Juno's orientation, he then begins to circle the Swift-class ship, and the two of you focus on the monitor, trying to identify anything out of the ordinary on the O'Brien before you can get closer. Wait a second, is that... what is it? And hello, Minty, welcome in, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. You point to the O'Brien's main airlock, and Hansen quickly sets the camera to zoom in on it. Wide open. Looks like someone's tried the same stunt as you. Oh, that's not a good sign for us. No, that's not it. I closed the secondary airlock door behind me. Both of those are open, which means... oh, thank you for the posture check. Hold on, let me straighten up. We're shrimping a little bit. And the hydrate. Let me take a sip. Wowie. There we go. Very much shrimp. Right that. The ship must be completely depressurized. Do you remember their GFs, Annie? Listen. I can't be expected to remember numbers. I hope Chip isn't listening anymore. I totally remember our anniversary things. You know, it's sometime in June when we first talked. Yeah, if this happened when the power was off, none of the emergency bulkheads would have been able to close. Also, I hear my neighbors drilling something upstairs, and it's very annoying. It is not September. You're lying. Okay, fine. Fine. I believe you. Maybe I was thinking of your birthday. That's in June, at least. I know that much. See, I told you I'm terrible at numbers. September 1st is when you first followed me on Tumblr. Listen, I was thinking of your birthday, okay? That's the more important day. Called out. Oh man, hold on, I need another sip of water. Here we go. To be fair, I don't think I remembered September 1st. It's a single September. Ribbon hates me, guys. No. Get yourself someone who try and fail to remember anniversaries. See, Sid is defending me. It's okay. I'll get you a beautiful anniversary gift to make up for this, okay? Anyway, the two of you sit in silence, both considering what you've just found out. If the same thing had happened to the O'Brien as the Gundog and someone had opened both airlocks, then what little breathable air was left on the ship would have been sucked out into space. Doesn't this guy bully you? No, Sid doesn't bully me that much, at least. It's mostly the others. Usually Sid defends me more. We've still got a mission to do. Come on. Not silently in agreement as Hansen, apparently sobered by that realization, moves the armored frame towards the airlock. Okay, the neighbors are drilling and it's very distracting to me. I'm the biggest fan. No, Sid wouldn't. Sid only teases lightheartedly, I guess. Anyway, this isn't necessarily the end, you think? If some of the crew were lucky, they might have been able to get their spacesuits on before they ran out of air. They'd be running low on oxygen by now, but this is Gundog 1, docking with the O'Brien. Now only meters away from the other ship, Hansen brings the Juno to a complete stop, and with a surprising amount of delicacy as it reached out with one arm, grabbing hold of a protrusion from the ship and anchoring itself. I wonder who teases you the most. Probably Ramen. Now, Clofy. The Clofy. How about what about your evil era? You just stole my hat earlier. What else? Let's see. All right, let's go. In a well-practiced motion, Hansen releases himself from his seat's harness, moves forwards, and grabs the lever to open the cockpit's hatch. What? I don't remember that. Sorry. Oh, man. I guess it must have been another Clofy. Steal the hat again. No. Don't take my hat. Leave my hat alone. Even its thinking privilege is taken. No. I need those too. I'm reading a whole ass visual novel. I need to be able to read. Hold on. I don't have seashells, too many hydrate reliefs. Oh no. Spending too lavishly. In a well-practiced motion. No, I read that already. Moves forward and grabs the lever to open the cockpit's hatch. As soon as it's open, you feel the rush of the cockpit's air escaping. Meanwhile, Hansen pulls himself out and steps into the airlock. Give me a few minutes, I'll go broke for this. Oh god. No, leave my hat alone. Having a slightly harder time with the straps on your harness, it takes a few... No, I cannot read. See, already can't think. You can't take my thinking privileges, okay? I need those really bad. Takes you a few moments longer to release yourself. Once free, you gather up the PSD and the instructions the chief had given you before making your own way out of the Juno. What? High risk zone. The two of you tentatively make your way from the airlock itself through to the room beyond. Okay, I need to take like a deep breath. And also hiccup, maybe. Whoa. Thanks for making me richer by comparison. Oh god, you're right. The more others spend, the richer Sid gets. Jesus. Although nothing is obviously broken or wrong, the fact you're standing in an area identical to the one on the Gundog but open to space and completely uninhabitable sends a shiver down your spine. Why is he looking at me like this? I feel extremely uncomfortable right now. Why is he blushing? I go broke for a good cause. No, it's a bad cause. Okay, I need my head. That's where I store my brain cells. Fucking Tron looking ass. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, he looks very goofy right now. You look to Hansen and see him mouthing something that you can't hear. He's pissed off that I can't understand. You continue to stand there in confusion as Hansen wordlessly gestures at you until he looks exasperated. It takes you a moment, but you realize what's going on and reach up to the radio on your chest panel, flicking the switch that activates it. No, can I deactivate it? I don't want to listen to him. We need to fight Sid. Are we starting a revolution? Oh god. It's about time you figured that out, Lieutenant. Hansen's voice crackles over your helmet speaker. Unlike the Juno where the cockpit was pressurized so you could hear each other, you now find yourself standing in a complete vacuum where no sound can travel. Yes, how about we mug him, thoughts? I feel obligated to defend Sid after Sid just defended me. Do not mug Sid. I'm listening. Oh god. Sid, you might want to hide for a bit. It seems a little bit dangerous out here for you right now. Oh god, help. Oh no, see, you can't mug Sid. Look how cute he's being. Thank you for the 30 bits, by the way. For the mugging, Sid is cool. Yeah, don't mug Sid. He's flexing his money, get him. Oh no! Army mugging Hansen Sid. I believe chat is trying to mug Sid. I would like to mug Hansen though, if I could. Hold on. Hansen's voice crackles over your helmet speaker. Unlike the Juno word, no, I read that already. So, what's the plan? You turn to survey the empty void of the airlock. The first priority given by the captain was assisting the crew of the O'Brien to get their ship back online, but judging the current state of things, you weren't sure you'd have much luck with that. The plan? You say to yourself more than to Hansen as you go over the current situation in your mind. That's right, Lieutenant. The plan. Right now you've got rank, so without Lord screeching down our comms line, this is on you. Unless you're after a trip down memory lane and want to sit in the Juno's cockpit whilst I do everything, we could do that. I wouldn't mind. A mix of shame and anger swells inside you as you bite your tongue to not snap at Hansen with the first thing that comes to mind. Stow it, ensign. Despite the way he said it, he wasn't wrong. With nothing coming from the gun dog, you are now the highest ranking officer involved with this mission. Alright, the first priority was to assist the crew. It doesn't look like anyone's going to be in this part of the ship, but we still need to try. The plan is Hansen should try to get the elevators working. Yes, that is the main plan. Once we just get there. Since I've used the PST before, it's going to be easier for me to carry out that search. Whilst I'm doing that, you can start removing the ship's black box. You should check the elevators first. I think that's the most likely spot for the black box to be. You hold up the manila folder that the chief had given you on the gun dog, and Hansen takes it from you, clumsily flicking through it with his gloved hands. It's on the bridge, huh? How are you going to get up there? Elevator. Sid, I'll be reaching into one of your cartoon money bags, but don't worry about it. I'm putting more money in, I swear. Sounds... I'm trying to find the word in English, but I can't. What's the opposite of suspicious? That's the word I'm looking for. Same way I did on the gun dog. Come on. Reasonable? Yeah, I think that's close enough at least. Thank you. You turn around and head into the ship, eventually arriving in the central hub. Trickle down economics has gone too far. It really has. Trustworthy? Oh yeah, that's better probably. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for helping my terrible English. Okay then, Lieutenant. Now what? Well, Hansen, you see these elevator doors right now here? I would like for you to pry the doors open. And then you can step in, and then I will pry the doors back closed. And I will leave you in there. Does that sound good? Monkeys together smart, you're so right. Banana. As you walk past Hansen to where the maintenance hatch is located next to the elevators, you take the opportunity to quickly switch your radio off. Tell Hansen exactly what he can do next and switch it back on. Sick. Get in the cock elevator, Hansen. It's where he belongs. I love that I'm just being petty for no reason. What's next inside is this? You run your fingers down the seam between the panel and the wall and quickly find the catch. Unlike the one on the bridge, you're able to fit your suit's fingers into this one and you quickly release it. As the hatch comes away in your hands, you wait to feel the sensation of air rushing out of the crawlway. Unfortunately, you feel nothing, confirming one of the fears you had about the ship and her crew. Placing the hatch down, you turn to Hansen, saying nothing about your discovery and instead gesture into the ladder. At the top of this ladder, you'll find another panel like this one that leads into the bridge. To release it, all you need to do is push on the catch from the inside. Think you can handle that? What do you think, Lieutenant? You're not dealing with some dumb security officer here or anything. Let the pilot show you how it's done. With a swagger that's only exaggerated by the bulk of his suit, Hansen strides past you, steps into the access tunnel, and heads up the ladder. You take the opportunity to turn your radio off again and tell him what you really think about pilots. So funny. Maybe they're holding their breath. They could be. They've probably been holding it for a while though, so it might have turned into just not breathing. Once you're done, you switch it back on in case he sends any transmissions. Now you've set him to work, it's up to you to try and find any survivors of the O'Brien's crew and use their help to get the ship back online. And the mutual lovers, I believe. No! No! You look around the empty central hub, the same silence that previously filled the gun dog, now filling your helmet. After a moment of contemplation, you head towards the first place you think it may be fruitful to explore. Where would that be? Can I look at the elevators? Looks like these are out of action, just like when the gun dog's power was off. That means the only way to the bridge or sick bay is through the maintenance crawlway. Look at the crawlway. I'll cry about it. My favorite trope. I don't want to be part of the trope. Thank you. Now, you go your entire career with never seeing the inside of one of these things, and then suddenly you spend your entire day climbing up and down them. The panel was still attached, though, which means no one's come down from the bridge. Not this way, at least. Okay, I guess I'll leave Hansen to that. Shall we go have a look at the sick bay? Maybe the people are hiding in there. You reach out into the maintenance crawlway and grab a rung on the ladder. Stepping forward, you place your feet onto another rung that you can barely see, and then, instead of following Hansen up, you start moving downwards. I didn't mean you and Hansen. Sorry about the confusion. Wait, who did you mean? I did not read that. Hold on. At the bottom of the shaft, you grope around in the darkness, looking for the catch that will release the panel by the elevator into the sick bay. No, I did not read the... Okay, you know what? It's fine. After a few minutes of sliding your palms around blindly, your suit's glove catches on something. I don't like Hansen, but maybe he'll turn a new leaf. Who knows? I somehow doubt that. I don't think so. You investigate it with your fingertips to confirm it's what you're looking for before releasing it, grabbing the panel as it falls away and placing it to the side as you step through into the sick bay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. With no rush of air to indicate that you depressurized the room, you're almost entirely certain you knew what to expect, but what you find goes beyond that. Yeah, kind of. I believe. Copium. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Behind the desk set to meet those who enter the sickbay, you see the crumpled form of someone wearing a white coat, much like Dr. Rosarium's. You quickly make your way over to them, but as you do, you stop momentarily as you feel something crunching underneath your boots. Looking around, you can see that the doctor is surrounded by broken glass. Taking stock of the room, you realize that the cabinets at the far end of the sickbay are all still locked, but the glass panels have been shattered and their contents scattered. Uh-oh. Hey, you can't nap here. There's a bunch of glass shards around. Yeah, lady, that's dangerous. You better get up right now. Instead of trying to puzzle out what's happened, you turn your attention back to the doctor, kneeling down by them and gently turning them over. You're faced with a woman who seems to be in her mid-50s, her sandy hair done up in a loose bun with errant strands tucked behind her ears. You notice that one of the two lenses set into her round wire-framed spectacles, one is cracked and the frame sit askew in her face. Why does this ship get like a hot MILF doctor and we get Dr. Rosarium? What's up with that? Although her pale blue eyes are wide open and staring at you, they don't move and she does not blink. Her skin is pallid, matching the cool blue of her eyes, the striking red of her lipstick standing out in a dramatic contrast. She's real dead though, I think. Too bad. You stay holding the doctor for a moment before gently laying her down, and with as much delicacy as you can manage in your bulky suit, you close your eyes. As you stand up, you exhale deeply. Although it was almost certain this would be the scenario you'd be facing for most of the ship, since the central area had been depressurized with no safety measures engaged, you'd been holding out hope that you'd find crew members alive and well. Her doc is cool though. He is cool, but like I wanna be fawned over by like a hot older lady. is the thing. Despite the sight of the doctor, you still hold on to that hope. You know how it is. As you survey the room, you turn your attention back to the glass underfoot and the shattered frontage of the cabinets. Go, speak your truth. Only truth on this channel. What happened here? I don't know. Can we look at that lady? The ship's doctor. It looks like she was involved in a struggle down here, but I can't tell whether she died before or after the ship was depressurized. Good question. As you head towards the back of the room to examine the cabinets, you feel the crunch of glass fragments under your feet. Although the floor is scattered with various boxes and bottles of different medicines, there's something in particular that catches your eye. You squat down and pick up an open packet of that you recognize, Nutri-Shake mix. Oh, thanks. As you turn the pouch over in your hands and look inside, you find it's completely empty of the powder that it should contain. Oh man, I was hoping that it was going to be like half full so that I could throw the powder at Hansen. Like when you throw sand at people on the beach. Really wanted that close-up of the body. Listen. Placing it back on the floor, you look around and realize that while some of the boxes of medication are all still sealed, the packets you can see torn open are all Nutri-Shake packets. Would someone really do all this for Nutri-Shakes? Maybe. Oh boy, look at the beds. All vacant. Could whoever have done this been in for treatment? Maybe Raven got some preferences. No, listen. Listen, I was just checking. Maybe she was alive after all. Xenomorph theory is alive. Oh god, please no, that's scary. I do this for Nuggies, you don't know me. That's fair. No one in there right now. No point in opening that door. Okay, can we're not gonna use the doctor's dead body. You walk up to one of the cabinets with a broken glass. No, I feel like that was text I already read. Maybe it wasn't. Looking down at your feet amongst various packets. No, we already read that. Okay. We're gonna leave. Try the taser gun. The body maybe you can revive. Shit, I can't use it. True colors have been shown. No. Shit, I have to delete the VOD. Having made your way back into the maintenance crawlway, you work your way up into the darkness. The dull starlight from the airlock that illuminates the central hub barely illuminating the exit above you. As you continue towards it, you pause your radio hisses into life. Hello, Hansen? Oh, it's Cassie! Lieutenant Commander Quinn from the JFS Gundog. Cassie, what are you doing on this? We're picking up your signal and have arrived at the rendezvous area. Please transmit your precise coordinates. Over. Cassie, what are you... Oh, this is we saw this before. We'll read you. That's a sweet voice you got there, Gundog. I'm transmitting a coordinate submission update files now. It's good to finally... What? This is from when? Roger that, JFS O'Brien. This is Lieutenant Commander Quinn from the JFS Gundog. Well, it's repeating. The snippet of conversation between Cassie and Lieutenant Bashir loops a few times until eventually fading out into static. But that's a little explanation as why the transmission started, it ends. Why would be transmitting that recording? I don't know. Maybe Hansen is playing a trick on me. Where else could we go? I guess we could go explore. just leave Hansen, it's fine. Now's not the time to be rewatching Grim and SWAT. Cassie, oh shit, you're right. Cassie, don't look. I wonder if the ship has a cat like Dalton or whether they've got two fully qualified engineers. Either way, if we're lucky and whoever they got is as resourceful as our chief, this hangar is probably my best bet for finding a crew member to help. Oh, let's go have a look. Let's go have a look. As you make your way through the gloom of the Forsyth thoroughfare, you absentmindedly knock on the low gravity warning sign just before the double doors that lead into the ship's hangar. Placing the portable sub-terminal by your feet, you hammer on the doors with your fist, hopeful that if anyone's in there, they'll hear your signal and reciprocate in kind. After around 10 seconds of this, you stop and press your helmet against the door. If there's any noise in there, the vibration should travel through the door and into your helmet, allowing you to hear it. Nope. I guess no one's in there. Okay, that's a little more than a knock. Hey, can you hear me in there? You call out, resuming your hammering of the door when you get no response. Hey, whoever's in there, we're from the JFS Gundog. We're here to rescue you. Can you hear me? That sounds like an explosion. There's definitely someone in there. Although you're still not getting an obvious response, the knowledge that someone is in there fills you with a sense of urgency and you hurriedly set your suit's radio to broadcast. This is Lieutenant Raven Maris of the JFS Gundog. We're here to provide assistance to any crew on the JFS O'Brien. Scary noises. I repeat, this is Lieutenant Raven Maris of the JFS Gundog. We're here to provide assistance to any crew on the JFS O'Brien. Nope. Come on! You slam your fist into the hangar door one more time. Despite the signs that someone was still alive in there, with no way to get into the hangar and no response on the radio, you feel like you may as well be a million miles away from them. Picking up the portable sub-terminal, you look from one end of the Forsyth thoroughfare to another. The presence of a survivor made your need to find a keycard belonging to a member of the crew all the more urgent. Well, the doctor would probably have one, right? Do I have to go use the body? Oh no. Can't go anywhere else first. Given the time when the Gundog and presumably the O'Brien had blacked out, you knew there shouldn't have been anyone in the vessel. Of course you find a way to go back to the body. Listen. I need the key card. I need the key card. Excuses. No. Despite this, you also knew that it wasn't uncommon for crew members to disappear from stations briefly to grab a quick pick-me-up or treat, especially if their duty was quiet. And especially if that crew member's name was Cassandra Quinn. You go through the routine of hammering on the door, waiting for a response, and continue to batter it with your fists just in case you hadn't been heard the first time. Despite your best efforts, you don't manage to get a response. As you move from the central hub towards the darkness of the Forsyth thoroughfare, a movement catches your eye. You stop to peer into the darkness ahead and catch sight of a silhouette in the distance. What the who was that? I didn't get a good look. Hey, who's there? I'm from the Gundog. You call out using your radio to broadcast yourself. We're here to help. Come back. As the figure vanishes into the gloom, you dash after it, eventually arriving at the end of the long corridor that makes up the Forsyth thoroughfare. Whoa, it was Sid. Oh, Sid, can you come back and help me? Having headed past the two crew quarters corridors and seeing no one down either, you move towards the end of the corridor, a dead end when considering the doors to fire control, the vessel and the hangar all sealed. Busy! What are you up to? Did I just imagine it? You turned around, trying to see if you'd missed something, but with no signs of life here aside from yourself, you begin to doubt that you saw anything at all. Mission must be getting to me. Better get this over with before I start seeing things. Busy being a traitor. Yeah, that's right. Looking for seashells. Of course you are. Of course you are. Listen, I don't see any other way to go back to the sick bay. Hold on, how do I go back? Central hub. Sick bay. Don't mind me. You stand over the doctor, trying to see if there were any clues to what happened to her beyond the crack on her glasses lens. As you survey here, notice that, unlike Dr. Rosarium, she doesn't wear her stethoscope around her neck or her keycard on the lanyard. Fuck, I need that. Hang on, her keycard. The thought reminds you of the chief's instructions, that you need to use a keycard from a member of the O'Brien's crew if you were going to activate any doors with the PST. You steely resolve, aware of what you need to do, but not finding the concept altogether pleasant. Sorry about this, Doctor. This sounds very bad out of context. Squatting beside her, you pat the doctor down. Well, the thickness of your spacesuit's gloves makes the task difficult for you to do your best to be respectful. Eventually, you reach the doctor's waist and feel a protrusion from her side. Opening your white coat, you see an internal pocket, and after a moment spent trying to fit your gloved hand inside, you manage to grab a hold of something and pull it out. Out of context, excuses. Listen, we got the key card, okay? I promised. That's what we were doing. You stand up and read the name on the back of the card. Dr. Esri de Boer? Something? You unclasp a pouch on the side of your suit, deposit the card, and then close it again. Yeah, key card, sure, buddy. I got the key card. You just saw it. The doctor won't have the clearance to let me access the central computer, but maybe this will let me find someone who does. Thank you for your help, Dr. De Boer. I'm just sorry we didn't get here sooner. Oh, man. Alright, maybe that could get us into the mess hall at least? Possibly? Oh god, which one was that I went to just now? Not here. Here. Or maybe the hangar. With Dr. De Boer's keycard, I'll be able to access the hangar. Although there's a chance that whoever is in there may not be in a spacesuit yet. If I open these doors now, I risk pulling them out in the vacuum. There may be something I missed that could let me get the access codes more safely. Okay, yeah, maybe let's look around first. Really tempted to just charge in there and grab them, but I should only do it if there's no other option. I'll have this sorted out soon, whoever you are. Alright, let's see. Can we get anywhere else? How about the mess hall? Oh, no response, so I don't think anybody is in there, I hope. Alright, how about the quarters? Can I get into any of these? Stood outside of the door that would be yours. Had you served on the O'Brien instead of the Gundog, you can't help but feel a bit nauseous. The familiarity of the door, the corridor, the thoroughfare, it all forces you to think about how close the Gundog came to being out here before the O'Brien. You push that thought from your mind. As close as it was to happening, it didn't. You are here now, not whoever lived behind that door. As if you wouldn't prefer finding another body in there instead. Listen! I don't like dead bodies, okay? They're scary. Balling up your right hand into a fist, you hammer against the door, then place your helmet against it, waiting for a response. When you don't get one, you repeat the process a few more times, until eventually you step back, rubbing your gloved hand to try to ease the soreness from pounding on the door. No one's in. Whatever you say, Riven. Fuck. Damn it, I'm never gonna live this down. Oh man, I guess there's nothing here. Can't look at the doors. Rory Way? I wonder if they have a junior engineer replacement like Dalton. Maybe. Albany Row? If the coordinates distribution is the same as on the Gundog, this must be the O'Brien's gunner. Well, thank you for the hydrate. Let me take a sip. Let's take a little sip. What? Here we go. Who else is on here? Mark Butte. This is where Hansen's room is on the Gundog. I guess it could be one of the armored frame pilots, maybe. Sip before dinner. Oh yeah, true. A little bit longer until dinner. Who's that? What kind of name is this? Based off where their quarters are, they're probably a pilot like Haru. Anything else to look at? Nothing really. Wow, we can't just start a normal rumor about the streamer. Yeah, can you come up with something normal to balance out all the unhinged things? Hold on, where else can I get? There's the other corridor too. Anybody over here? Oh. Standing in front of the door that on the Gundog would be the entrance to Cassandra's quarters, you begin to feel a bit queasy. You've been doing your best not to think about how... No, we read that already. I have heard from a credible source that streamer is blue. Oh my god, could it be? Maybe you're colorblind though. Maybe the source is colorblind. Oh god. Dabba-dee, dabba-da. Dang it. It's possible. Despite your best efforts to keep that thought over your mind, you can't help but dwell on it, seeing a door that could have been Cassie's. Who spends their free time on the other side of this door? Is it as much of a mess as Cassie's room? How close were the two of you from having this happen to you? Steel, no! Minty! My hat! No! It's gone! Oh no, my brain cells! Damn it! Stolen 2 times to stream. What is this? Well, now's not the time for that. It's not the time for my hat to be stolen either, but it happened anyway. Thank you, the awesome sauce. Damn it, the chat is working against me. Hair bald. I still have hair. I'm not bald. Vive la revolution. No. No revolution. No. You remind yourself saying it out loud to force his thoughts away. With your focus back on the task at hand, you repeat the process you've been using to check for signs of life or crew activity. Unfortunately, you get nothing back. Damn. Ooh, this is the one who flirted with my girlfriend. This is where Vanessa's room would be. It says here that this belongs to Jules Bashir. That was the Lieutenant Cassie was speaking to just before all this started. There's also this. Are those some grays we spot back there? Don't look at those. I'm not that old. Oh, I looked at that. Nameplate reads Kim Henry. They must be the O'Brien's second in command. Probably. Can we go into the captain's quarters? You approach the captain's quarters at the end of the corridor and see the same Jovian insignia as the one on Captain Bartermove's door. Below it is a nameplate which proudly presents the O'Brien's captain full name. Is this a French person? Do I need to pronounce this French? I don't know if I can. Tic-tac-toe points redeem win. Oh man. That would be funny. I would have to figure out how to do that. Yes, that's 100% French. How do we pronounce this? It's like Paul-Henri Gérard, some shit like that. I fucked up the last R, but it's okay. With Dr. Devorah's keycard in your possession, you move towards the captain's door and lay the PSD off to the side. You had been saving the PSD's battery for when you confirmed a surviving member of the crew and genuinely needed it. Fairly accurate, I'm legit impressed. I mean, I did study French for like 10 years, so I would hope so. Speaking of, I should go talk to my... Hold up. POS, piece of shit friends. Or point of service friends, maybe it's that. Thanks for the laughs. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Well, but the chance that the ship's captain was in there, as well as their card and access codes, was too great to ignore, and you were willing to use the battery power for it. Yo, what did they do? They're French! Oh, no! Oh, no! Valid. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. Alright, let's go for it. I guess we're going for it. This one. Relatable, good luck. Oh, man. You kneel down beside the terminal linked to the captain's quarters and begin the well-practiced process of connecting the PSD and going through its menus, eventually selecting the unlock function. And now... I mean, can we even get in here with the doctor's thing? With a sense of trepidation, you unfasten the pouch in your belt and take out the doctor's key card. As a security officer, your card had enough authority to access every room short of the central computer, even the captain's. You weren't entirely sure that the doctor's card would be sufficient. Without much of an alternative, you slide Dr. Deborah's card into the slot and hold your breath. Thankfully, you see the door begin to slowly slide open, and with an exhalation of relief, you stand up. Once the door is open enough to allow you through, you make your way inside. Wowee! I love that it looks the exact same as as Bartermuse's office. As you'd expected, Captain Gerard's quarters were almost identical to Captain Bartermuse, with a few small differences. Sorry, I can't keep pronouncing it like that. My throat can't do that. French jump scare. Very scary. Like the lack of any open bottles of liquor. As you walk in, you look around. Seeing no immediate sign of the captain, you move over to the bedroom portion of their quarters, only to find an immaculately made bed and the same basic features as the ones you'd seen in the captain's quarters on board the Gundog. Well, if they're not here, there's only one other place they could be. Live in the bedroom, you walk past the desk and stand by the door to the bathroom. You gingerly knock, but after realizing that with no air, no one would be able to hear that, you bang on the door and wait for a response. French language training regime be like, smoke cigarettes. Yeah, sounds about right. Do I jump scare you guys every time I'm here? Yes. It's a French jump scare every time. Terrifying. With no answer forthcoming, you slide open the door, finding nothing but a pristine bathroom. Ah, French! So scary! Fudge. It's okay. It's the jump scare wears off when we realize that it's you. It's just the initial. Oh, guess they're not here then. Probably not. Let's look at this. My watch keeps giving me stress warnings. Yes. Oh God, it's all the French. Finally, we figured out why Sid is so stressed out. The exact same paintings as the one in Captain Bartholomew's quarters. Probably done from a stencil or something, I guess. Maybe. Look at the desk. Captain's desk, just like Captain Bartholomew's. It's got a terminal and what looks like a telephone. Probably a hotline to the bridge. I think I like Captain the French's desk ornament much more than Captain Bartholomew's, though. What could be in those files? I don't know. Let's have a look. On the edge of the desk closet, I thought that was like closet, and then I pivoted. On the edge of the desk close to the door into the quarters, you notice a stack of papers perched precariously as if they'd be left in a hurry. Based on the same tractor feed etches you'd seen on the papers in Captain Bartholomew's quarters, you could assume they'd been printed out on board, meaning they were recent documents. Captain must have left them in a rush if the— no, what? Captain must have left in a rush if he didn't lock them away. That or they were nothing important. When they told me I'd be Frenching, this wasn't what I expected. Oh no, you're right. Hold on, can I have a look at the files? You hesitate for a moment, considering whether or not you should pick up the files in front of you. Although in normal circumstances, doing such a thing would result in severe disciplinary action. You reason that these aren't exactly normal circumstances. Anything that could explain what had gone on or help the O'Brien had to be investigated. What were you expecting? You know. Besides, you think it's not like this would be the first report you'd read today that you shouldn't have. True. You take the file in hand and read the heavy printed text on the front. JCF Naval Report, JFS O'Brien, Mission Log 132. You know, smoochies. That kind of Frenching. I don't know what kind of date system they use. This is either April or August. Flicking through the report is made difficult by the clumsiness of your spacesuit's gloves, but you manage to quickly skim your way through the file's contents. Yeah, the kisses. You scan the pages of general day-to-day ship operations to see if you can find anything out of the ordinary. As you work your way through the logs, a few curious entries in amongst the expected information catch your attention. No clue as to why it's French. You got it. That's just the picture other people have of the French, I guess. Oh, it was April. April 8th, PC to 214. JFS O'Brien's routine patrol path adjusted to investigate erratic Higgs field distortions in outer limits of JCF territory. April 19th, PC 214. Investigations reveal significant residual boson distortion inconsistent with standard JCF drive output. JFS Gundog dispatched to support with investigation. You guys are so jelly of us. Oh man, maybe that's true. Damn it. French people be like, what that tongue do? Hell yeah. Oh, I skipped text again. Continuous sweep of the area surrounding distortion finds unknown object not recognized as Jovian, Martian, or Solar Federation. Inside his boot instead dispatched to retrieve object onboarded at 727 JST. Long-range communication system remains down. Source not yet identified by Chief Engineer DeForge. O'Brien moved to This is too many words that are difficult. O'Brien moved to rendezvous point to meet JFS Gundog for duty transfer. Rendezvous with the JFS Gundog behind schedule. Chief Engineer DeForge investigating unknown object for potential cause of communication failure. Destructive investigation authorized. Me at H3. Ah, no. I never progressed past that point, I fear. Sounds like they ran into similar issues as us around the time they took whatever this unknown object is on board. Unknown object, huh? Sounds a little bit suspicious. Can we look at the bedroom? A bed, chest of drawers, a bedside table. Pretty much all the same things as Captain Bartolomew's quarters. Just tidier. Can we use the bedroom? As you head into the bedroom, you take the time to look around thoroughly. You didn't like doing this in Captain Bartolomew's quarters, and you didn't like doing it anymore here. Not French enough. 0 out of 10 game. You're so right. Working your way from the left to right, you check the large chest of drawers before moving onto the bedside table and then eventually the area around the bed. Enough with the bodies already riven down. Listen! There's no body in here. Okay, I was just thinking about taking a nap on this nice little bed over here. Despite a rigorous check of the room, you don't find anything interesting or useful, just personal effects of the captain that you can't help but feel guilty for rifling through. Also, I just realized we are at the 2-hour mark. It's missing many cigarette butts. Oh, you're so right. They should have like a little little dish right here. But I feel like this is a good spot to end because we don't have like any big dialogue or anything going on, so maybe we'll save here. Yeah, because I do gotta go eat and stuff. And let me just go over here. There we go. I will save one more time just in case. Because I don't trust myself. There we go. Wow. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for watching. It was a fun time as always. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. I don't know what I'm eating yet, but something in my fridge, I'm sure. I bought something, I think, earlier. I don't remember what. Some kind of food. Mwah, mwah. I'll talk to you later, Chip. Thanks for stream. Thanks for watching. Yay. What the hell am I playing on Thursday? Oh yeah, we're doing a new game on Thursday. Exciting. We're playing Jusant. Or however it's pronounced. I think it's a French game. I believe it may be a French game. Well, and thank you for watching as well, Kiro. See you see you next month. True, it's April tomorrow. Oh god, that's crazy. The other climbing game. Yeah, the easier climbing game. So hopefully that'll be a good time. But yeah, I'll see you on Thursday, I guess. But for now, thank you very much all for watching. I'll see you later and bye-bye.